What's up, Bulls Nation? It's the Bloody Horns podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Let's get into it, man. I'm going to rebrand as Nikola Vucevic's biggest hater. I'm going to rebrand to that on Twitter because it's true. I had the video a couple days ago where I ranked him as a bottom 5 starting center in the NBA. Had the podcast yesterday, came out on Apple and Spotify if you haven't listened to it yet, where I went through the entire roster, 1 through 15, and I gave everybody's trade value a grade. And I graded Vuce out as a F. That contract is terrible. It's abysmal. The Bulls would have to attach assets to get off of it. It's a F. And last night's game made me even more of a Vuce hater. On that video a couple days ago, DeAndre Ayton was one of the few guys I said Nikola Vucevic is better than that man. After watching them play against each other last night, I take it back, man. DeAndre Ayton is better than Nikola Vucevic. DeAndre Ayton looked like fucking prime Tyson Chandler out there when Vuce was guarding him. And I use the word guarding very loosely because there were 4 or 5 times last night where Vuce just sat there and watched as DeAndre Ayton caught a lob or DeAndre Ayton went to the hoop and dunked it. So DeAndre Ayton's better than Nikola Vucevic. He outscored him on less shot attempts too, and he out-rebounded him, and he just thoroughly outplayed Nikola Vucevic. And we've seen that time and time again this year. So the Vuce problem, man, when you really break it down, when you look at his numbers, I believe there are 3 numbers from Vuce comparing him from this year to last year. There are 3 numbers that are higher this year. That's minutes per game, shot attempts, and usage rate. Those are the only 3 stats that he's doing better than he was last year. Guess what? All his other stats are down. So despite his minutes being up, his shots being up, and his usage being up, points per game are down. Rebounds per game are down. Rebound percent is down. Total rebound percent, it's down. Offensive rating is down. Box plus minus is down. Win shares are down. PER is down. VORP is down. Any metric you want to use, total rebounding percentage, shot percentage, his 3-point percentage is way down, obviously. Field goal percentage is way down. He's getting to the free throw line a lot less. He's taking less shots in the paint than he did last year. All his numbers are down. The only 3 that are up are minutes, shots a game, and what was the third one? Minutes, shots a game, and usage rate. So the man's being used more than ever. They did this contract negotiation in the offseason. They promised him a bigger role. They gave him a bigger role. I cannot blame Billy Donovan for how bad Nikola Vucevic is playing. He is giving Nikola Vucevic the ball wherever the hell he wants it. He's letting him shoot from 3. Vuce, we're seeing him. These 3-point attempts, they're not always by design. There are many times he's shooting them early in the shot clock. He's shooting them as a trailer in the fast break. It's not all by design. We can't blame this on Billy Donovan. He's giving him the ball at the 3-point line, giving him the ball in the mid-range, giving him the ball in the low post. It doesn't matter where he gives Nikola Vucevic the ball. He is not being effective. Nikola Vucevic is aging in dog years, and we have seen that since the trade a couple years ago, and it's only getting worse each year. And the problem just keeps compounding itself. It just makes the Bulls even worse. There is a reason the Chicago Bulls are a below 500 team, and there's a reason they're probably going to finish the season as a below 500 team, and that's Nikola Vucevic. When he is one of your best 3 players, when one of your best 3 players is a bottom 3 player league-wide at their position, you're fucked. There's no overcoming that. You can be better in the margins. You can have a Kobe White have a breakout season. You can have a DeMar DeRozan have a good season. It doesn't matter if your 3rd guy is a bottom 3 guy at his position. That's a lot of ground to make up. So there's a reason that the Chicago Bulls are a below 500 squad and are going to stay a below 500 squad. And that reason is Nikola Vucevic. And part of the problem, he doesn't have self-awareness. If he looked at the stats, and I don't know why he doesn't, I don't know why his team doesn't, but his shooting percentage, most of his shots come from the top of the key. Guess what is his worst percentage when you look at the shooting splits? It's from the top of the key, whether we're talking the 3-pointer or the mid-range right above that little area of the free throw line. Anywhere right in front of the hoop, that is his worst finishing rate, even in the paint. Even in the paint, when you look at it, his most efficient shot is his corner 3. He's shooting about 42% on corner 3s. He's barely taking them. He's taking less than 1 a game. All of his 3-pointers coming from that top of the key range where he's not very effective. So Nikola Vucevic, he's known as a player for some reason. He's known as a guy who plays with a high basketball IQ. He does not play with a high basketball IQ. If he played with a high basketball IQ, he would utilize his more efficient spots a lot more than he does. His more efficient spots are that elbow jumper, that little 14-footer off the wing, and the corner 3, and we rarely see him take those shots. So The Chicago Bulls, man, they have a Nikola Vucevic problem. The trade deadline is a little over a week away. I don't see them solving that problem because who the hell is going to want to trade for a 33-year-old center whose numbers are down across the board in every metric that matters and is a bottom 3 guy at his position? I just don't see it coming. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the page, hit subscribe to this page. If you're not following on social media, same handle on all of them, @HornsBloody. Throw me a follow. Let's talk hoops. Bulls are back tomorrow night against the Toronto Raptors. I thoroughly expect Jakob Poeltl to outplay Nikola Vucevic.